Soil Family. Let's see what I need to do. All right. Good morning, beautiful people. I think, let me make sure I got everything straight. Hello, hello, hello. I can hear myself. It's an echo. Good morning, Miss B. Good morning, King's Way. Laura, Sonia, Food by Faith, Blind Guy. Muted. Is it still some feedback, Laquita? Oh, let me see. Now, let's see. No echo for you? Good. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to take y'all on a field trip, but I wanted to speak to everybody coming in because, when I get on that phone, I can't see nothing. I'm like, I can't tell who's saying something or what's going on. Good morning, Humphrey. So, how was y'all weekend? Man, we had a weekend. We worked the entire weekend. I mean, it wasn't work. I did a lot of cooking Saturday. We picked up rabbits Friday. A little feedback. Let me let me see. Mm, Okay, I think that'll do it. So, good morning, G Mama Groves, um, Nunya, Texas. We picked up rabbits Friday. We Saturday I cooked. Felt like I cooked for 20 hours. Sunday we played with rabbits all day, just about. Good morning, Viola. I didn't cook yesterday, which is not me. My husband ate hot dogs for dinner. It was a good weekend. Had frost Saturday night, which was frustrating. Took my eyes off the weather. Everything's still good. So they said Friday, was it Friday night or Saturday night, that you heard my boy in there cutting up? I'm supposed to talk to nobody but him. Saturday night, I think it was Saturday, it was supposed to be 39 degrees. So we covered one of our mango and put some of our small potted plants in there just to keep them safe and warm. But then I let the dogs out like 2 o'clock in the morning and it was still 50 degrees. So I don't know what was going on, but we ended up leaving it up. I might pull it back some today because the sun will come out. I'm not sure how cool it's supposed to be today, but it's not bad. It's comfortable out there. So I'm gonna take y'all out there in a few minutes. I'm gonna attempt to take y'all out there and show y'all my garden, which I'm a little proud of because I don't grow anything, but I planted some brassica. Look at me, a little fancy. Planted some brassica, which was broccoli, Georgia collards, and cabbage. And they are doing great. I pulled up my beans from my tub and from the garden. So now is, what do we plant? Do we plant anything or we give it a break? And if we plant something, what do we plant? So I don't know. It was in the low 20s here last night. It's 25. Ooh wee. My goodness, Lord. That's crazy. 20s? Is it snowing there? Oh my goodness. I don't care for cold anymore. But it's nice here. It's comfortable here. So what I'm going to do now is attempt to carry y'all outside. Let's see if I can get this thing to look at me. So I'm gonna take myself off here. Aha. Let me mute this one. And then I think we can go. That's the TV giving that feedback. So, all right. Out to the farm we go on a field trip. Woo. So it's not cold. Like I can come out here with short sleeve shirt on. And last night we were showing y'all this how we keep can y'all see that? We keep some of our plants inside this greenhouse we built. We got our Jamaican cherry, the little Jamaican cherries, some of our pineapple, sour sop, custard apple, and mango inside here. But I don't know. Everything seems to still be doing. Look at that. Everything's still doing. That's a sunflower. I'm gonna take y'all back here. Field trip to my garden. So y'all know this is my first year planting, my first time. My husband has been growing for a long time, just not me. So I'll come out here and play in the garden and do things because I want to test my limits and see, how successful I can be in growing. So we put out a video. Um, Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this around. We put out a video a couple weeks ago when we planted brassicas. Okay, camera. Now that y'all can see it, this is what we got. And this is a little tiny garden because we don't focus on a lot of vegetables, but now we are. These are cayenne pepper. I harvest these things all the time. So look at how big they are. And this tree is full of cayenne all the way down to the bottom. Bell pepper. So I had beans here. I pull up all my beans, which I left there, but I pull up all my beans and this thing is still flowering. I didn't even see this last night. Let me see if I can find. Look at that. And this is the cayenne that's still flowering. Bell pepper, which I usually come and get them as I need them, but I think I need to take these off. How many times I'm gonna do that in my life? But sorry about that, y'all. These things are full of green pepper. Some are little, but they are all growing. Pretty proud of that. And these are all of my, this is cabbage, I want to say. Cabbage Patch Kids. This is Georgia collards. And this is broccoli. I think I got it right. Then I have a tomato plant back there in the back. So, whew, these things are doing good. Like, I'm so happy, so proud of us. I just won't do much because then I'd be trying to figure out why it's not living anymore. All of my pepper plants still have flowers on them also until frost got them. Yeah, so it's not, it doesn't get cold enough here yet. But I'm gonna walk y'all over to Let's see if I can figure this out again. I'm gonna walk y'all over to the rabbits. I gotta get out the sun so I can see. So we were trying to show y'all the bananas. Like my husband banana plant is still putting off bananas. It's in the middle of flowering now, which let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna try to show y'all what this thing looked like when it's putting out new bananas. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it because I can't even see what y'all can and can't see. But up there is, where is it? Up there is a little red bulb. That's a whole new rack of bananas that's coming out. Like right in the middle of the screen. It's crazy. So what he do in a like now, because he try to keep the warmth in, he bag his bananas like this so that he can let them get a little riper before he pull them down so we can eat them. And Lord knows I'm ready to eat bananas. So I'm always ready to eat my favorite fruits anyway. All right. So now I'm gonna take y'all over the the rabbits. The chicken's looking like, hey kids. All right. So let me turn it around so y'all can see these children. And they sit right next to the chickens who they run the world. So this is Thumper, I let your water out. This is Thumper. Oh, there we go. What's up, buddy? You say hello to everybody? Good morning. So the good thing is when they poop and pee, it just go down to the ground. Good fertilizer. Stay in, boy. Yeah. Trying to knock the phone out of my hand? Okay, okay. He like, oh, just don't take my food, whatever you do. So that's Thumper. That's our male. Excuse me, buddy. Let's close the door. Go back. You're doing too much. He like, yeah, let me go over here with these girls. Tell them who Big Daddy is. There we go. That was Thumper, our only boy. This is, why you keep moving this? This is Sandy. She is not. She like, okay, just don't put this thing back over here. So she keep moving these things around. So I don't know. But that is Sandy. All right, I'll close the door. You're like, too much sun, too much sun. This is Lala. Say good morning. She is like very friendly, love to play, come and check you out, see what you're doing. Look, I don't know if y'all can see her. She always moving these things around. She's trying to build her another house. And of course, y'all have met my chickens. Make sure I close this thing before we have rabbits on the loose. My husband be like, you let all the rabbits go? Somehow. These wild chicks. What's up? Good morning, girls. They like, hey, what's going on? So I'm gonna make a new video for y'all Show you how we gonna check our girls out for the winter. Make sure they don't have mites or make sure they all safe, parasite and bug free. All right, let me turn it around so I can see because I cannot and get out of the sun. But they're quiet. You hear 'em? That's all the noise they make. You never hear the rabbits. The chickens, you can hear them. You can hear the chickens when they lay an egg. They sing their chicken song or egg laying song, and that's it. But other than that, they just calm and collect. You don't smell them, so they don't smell. Nothing can get in. Nothing can get out unless you open the door. See, look at. They just come up here and hang out. You want to say good morning? Not really. Okay. Everybody coming to pose for the camera? Anybody? No eggs yet this morning? They like, what are you doing in our house? So that's what they do. They take care of themselves. They eat when they want to, they drink when they want to, and they go in the house when they want, and they just hang out. But whew, it is cool here, but it's not cold. So it's not bad. But we got bigger topics for the day, like tasty treats. I'm ready to talk about some food because for one, I'm hungry. For two, I want to make something different this week, like bread. I mean, I learned how to cook bread while we were locked down because I had a lot of time on my hand. So I wanted to cook some bread. So I cooked a lot of bread, all different kind of ways, except zucchini bread. So do you make bread? Do you make your own bread, bake your own bread? If so, what kind? What's your favorite bread to bake? I think we want to talk bread, you know, zucchini bread, making like hot pocket type of meals to enhance your bread. So let me go sit down and let's talk about some food. Give me a second. Let me switch over again. Woo. All right. Bread, banana and pumpkin bread are my favorite. This time of the year, I make pumpkin bread with fresh cranberries. I love zucchini bread. Ooh, Adventures on the Heartland. Wanted to show some love. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Adrian. So, yeah, I want to make bread. And I hear a lot about zucchini bread. So, I can't say that I ever had zucchini before I say, well, let me say, I think a lot of things I haven't had it the correct way. So, you know how if you eat something and it doesn't taste right to you, or you don't like the way it's cooked, or somebody just don't cook it right, it make you say, oh, I don't like this or whatever. So now you want to, now that I'm adult and I know some things change or things can be better in different ways. Now I want to experiment with with things. So, my grown up taste buds are on, and I want to try zucchini bread. So, is zucchini bread a dessert or is it a bread? Like, y'all let me know. Have you ever tried zucchini bread? Oh, what's a good bread? I see banana and I see pumpkin and I do see zucchini. I want to make my own gluten free bread. One loaf costs $6. Yeah, I love experimenting with bread. You know, that is like I can bake. I can try different kind of breads all day, but who want to eat all that bread? So zucchini is my favorite bread. Yeah, I'm making antibiotics. Antibiotic sandwich. Slice of bread, cream avocado, Himalayan salt, heavy rate. Oh, okay. And that's called, and you call it an antibiotic bread. Oregano is said to be natural antibiotic. Oh, well, that's good to know. See, stuff like that. You know, you don't think about it for the most part. Little things like that. Oregano is said to be a natural antibiotic. You don't think about that normally, but you get on here on YouTube, and everybody can teach each other something. And look at that. Oregano is said to be a natural antibiotic. So why wouldn't you now look into it and see? Good morning, Lavender for Love. Why would you not want to look into oregano and see all the benefits for it? How can you use it in more than one way? And what is it going to do for my body over a long period of time? So that's great. I made a bread that I sent out in care packages about 6 months ago that was so proud of. You were so proud of. What kind of bread was that, Adrian? Was it just regular bread? I we tend to like a sweeter bread, of course. You eat more of that. It's like the Golden Corral bread, real soft, but yet sweet too. So I know a lot of that isn't good for you, but I started making that with condensed milk while we were locked down. And making bread became fun. I just never experiment with things like zucchini, but you hear so much about something like zucchini bread, banana nut bread. What's in it? Walnuts? Not not my favorite. So I don't know how I would feel about banana nut bread. So let me say one weird thing about me. I don't care for. I love bananas, but I don't like banana flavored things. Like I can eat a peach, but I don't like peach drinks, peach pie, peach cobbler, peach candy, nothing. Just the peach itself. Same thing with bananas. I don't care for peach banana candy or weird, weird. So I purchased and dehydrated sourdough Baker Creek. Starts from Baker's Creek. So I made zucchini and carrot muffins the other day on video, and they are awesome. Oh yeah, I did see you making. I did see that zucchini. So zucchini is more like a dessert, or is it like a bread? Not even banana chips. I'm gonna try banana chips with some of our own bananas and see. But I don't know. I'm crazy. Like I will eat bananas, but I don't like banana flavored. Nothing. Ice cream. So I don't know how I would feel about banana bread. But then I hear a lot of these breads are not technically breads. It's more of a cake or a dessert type of bread. So could I make my own banana bread and cope with it better than what I'm thinking in my head? Like I want to get out of my head with things. It's a sweet muffin. Zucchini adds added moisture. Okay. So I think this week I'm definitely gonna try the zucchini bread, but we're gonna have our tasty topic on this in a minute and other things because you know can to make anything into a sandwich. How can you go wrong? I'm definitely gonna try the banana chips, but I don't know. So Laura says she doesn't like banana chips, but she do like banana bread. Yeah. So it's crazy, Nancy and that. Yeah. So I'm not alone when I say this beef and that said she's the same way. So Nancy, and this beef like the fruit itself or food itself, but then you don't care for it in other type of food. So oh, it tastes like a banana. The banana chips puts me in the mind of a cashier consistency, but tastes like a banana. Yeah, I have to try them. Lavender for luck. I'm trying to get there. I have learned to love onions, so I'm pretty proud of myself when it comes to onions. Now, zucchini. If I can grow up, put my big girl pants on, you know, I don't. The worst thing to me, the worst thing to do is eat something and it's awful because it automatically turn into, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like that, and that's my problem. A lot of my problem. Yeah, Nancy, I've learned onions. I've learned. I'll see if I can drop an article about the medical benefits of oregano. That'll work, Adrian. That will work. Let me. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. I was gonna make you a moderator, but onions. I just started cooking with onions. I just started like 2 weeks ago. So when we started this tasty topic, plant based. So we're not plant based, and we're not even trying to move towards plant based, but we are trying to eat healthier. So I use. Hmm. My husband loves onions and peppers, but it's just not for me. And then when I eat it, my daughter's the same way. She hated it before she tried it. Yeah. So that's my thing. I think a lot of things I tried when I was younger and it was just not right or it wasn't cooked right. So now it's like, okay, let's revisit this again now that you are an adult. I'm a young adult and I want to live a long, healthy life as long as healthy as I can. And it needs to start with the things I put in my body. And, I feed my husband to put in his body. So I started cooking with onions, a lot of garlic. And I do use green pepper sometimes or pepper. So I made a video maybe 2 weeks ago where I made rice. I just grind the onion, an entire onion up. I grind it up to where it was nothing but paste. Garlic and green pepper all were in it. Put it in the blender with some I used chicken broth and I blended up until you couldn't even tell it was an onion because all I wanted was the flavor. It was delicious. My husband approved, I approved. So now I cook with more onion, but we need to grow some more too. I started caramelizing them. Oh my God. So yeah. I don't like to see the onion. I can mix it up in some food and I eat it. But I'm trying to get better at that. My husband baked the best chicken. He keeps saying I cook better than him, but look, my husband smothered chicken or baked, he make the best chicken. And when I eat it with the chicken, I can eat it. But if I see it, no, I won't eat it. So that's my kid coming back. Banana chips take away from my craving sweet. So I'm gonna try banana chips. We have a rack of bananas hanging in the breezeway now, and I keep watching them like a couple times a day, as if it's gonna go from green to yellow, like that. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to dehydrate some and see how I like it. I used to chop zucchini and add to spinach sauce and get veggies, and my son. So now we add red cabbage to our spaghetti or lasagna, and we are great with that. I'm not sure about zucchini. I I did that zucchini with squash, mushrooms, all of it. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine. Mushrooms, no. Squash. I like fried squash, but I haven't had squash since I was little, so plantain chips are good. And see, our plantain didn't fruit this year. So maybe next year, I'm hoping it'll fruit like not so early, but in time so they'll get ripe and we can have plantain. I don't put nuts in my banana bread. Oh, so maybe I can make that because I do not care for walnuts. And there's walnuts that go in the banana bread. So you can't taste the zucchini and spaghetti lavender fill. Look, I can talk about food all day because I can just get all my recipes together in my mind all week and try stuff. And my husband will be like, he always say, I don't know about that. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's what he said about my cabbage the other day. I put the carrots in, rutabaga, onion. He said, oh yeah, I don't know about that one. I was like, he said the same thing about the lasagna, but it was all gone within 2 or 3 days or so. So yeah, I love cooking everything. I love trying new stuff, especially now. You know, you want to be a little better about things. You can leave the nuts out of bread. It's up to you. But what kind of nut go in banana nut bread? What do y'all usually use? And can you taste them? I don't like nuts. You know, like walnut type of thing. So I'm gonna bring in blind guy. Good morning, blessed one. You cannot taste spaghetti sauce. Just make it thicker. Oh, okay. Yeah, I started putting cabbage and walnuts in the bread. Yeah, no, not for me. Good morning, Laquita.
Hey there, good morning. How are you?
Fine. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm okay. You know what? I'm sorry. I was doing quite a few things just now. I'm gonna fix something.
Let me see. So we're gonna talk about something. Look, they already ready to talk about food.
I
Let's.
hear. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
You
I was
sound
just
good.
okay, great. I was just tweaking my sound to be sure that you can hear me okay. All right, all right, all right. I hear,
Yeah.
I was able to listen in a little bit. And oh my goodness, Adrienne, woo, she's always cooking up something. And I see everybody's talking about these different breads. So,
Yes.
hey,
Bread is definitely the topic today. And I think it's good because it's getting cool, and who doesn't like baking bread when you inside? That's a good inside chore for the day is, playing with bread. But we definitely need, some ideas with, like I said, hot pocket type of meals or different things to do with bread, I think would be great.
I know. You know what? Hey there, Nancy Annette. I see everybody saying hello. Hello to all of you, FR Humphrey and Bless One, Lavender for Luck. This is cool because bread, like the bread you're talking about, is more like that breakfast bread, I guess, or that snack bread, like bread you would eat with coffee, or some people put butter on it. Like zucchini bread, they'll slice it, put butter on it, toast it like that, or they'll just eat it plain,
Mm.
a piece of it. It sort of reminds me when you say zucchini bread, that reminds me of like uh what do you call it? Not coffee cake, but I guess coffee cake, like a bread that's not too sweet, not exactly a bagel, like not just plain.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, that's
heard
the thing. I
everybody
don't, I don't
go
want a
ahead.
plain bread, but I want something that's not just a dessert. So I think when
Mhm.
I think zucchini, but it's I don't know. My mind with zucchini is not too positive, but then when I hear dessert and zucchini bread, it's like, oh, maybe I can do that. So, but it won't hurt for us to try it, as long as we try it the right way.
Right. Well, I mean, listening to what everybody said, how they're talking about hooking theirs up. Like who said spinach? I saw somebody saying spinach. Did they say they added to like right before I came in? I heard somebody saying they add spinach. But you know, spinach is one of those foods you can bake and it does not taste like anything, like zucchini or carrots. So you know how like you have carrot cake, but you
Mm,
don't want, like you just said, you can't eat cake for breakfast. So when you make zucchini bread, it's sort of like carrot cake, but just not as sweet, you know,
mm,
or banana nut bread, sort of like a muffin or a breakfast food like that. When people think of, okay, not too sweet, but it'll give me that satisfaction. Um, yeah, I was trying to see, was
yeah.
it Lavender for Luck that said about the spinach? Or maybe I was hearing things. Look, I don't know.
I know they were talking about zucchini and squash.
Hmm. Right. Oh, and you
So
know what? I know what it was. Lavender for Luck did say something about um, adding mushrooms, and I think I might have heard something. Anyways, let's move forward because I also heard nuts,
yes.
and that's where you were just when I came in. So let me fix this a little bit so that way I can see you guys good. So, uh, Food by Faith is saying quick breads. Is that what she's referring? I think she might be referring to. Uh, I don't know if she's referring to the yeast rolls, like F.R. Humphrey said. I used to that their mom used to cook yeast rolls all the time.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if they, because you can make quick yeast rolls. So I know there's two different types of bread, main ones that people think of, like, a yeast roll or that sort of bread, because those are the types that I will make a lot of times and stuff where you're
Mhm.
making it with yeast. And or a quick bread, which is I guess the ones where you're just putting in either baking powder, baking soda, something to leaven or rise it, and you don't have to wait for it to rise and all of that. But they're absolutely right that you cannot taste the zucchini in there, sort of like you can't taste the carrots in there, because in a carrot cake, you know what I mean. You don't taste the carrot. And you've had carrot cake, right? Or no?
I have tasted, but I'm not. I think it's the what walnuts or something in it that I'm afraid of.
Oh, so you don't eat nuts.
I don't eat. Not really. I'm the, I'm
Are
not
you
a
a,
fan of them.
are you allergic or what?
No, just by choice. I don't like the taste of walnuts, but I did
Um,
have candied pecans. Is it pecan or pecan?
I know. I think it depends on what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pecans, I say if I'm just talking about them by themselves, I think. Um, Pecan, no, I think I say butter pecan if I'm talking about the ice cream.
Mhm.
And then I
So
say, and I,
Adrian said if you don't like the texture of walnuts, you can grind them up in powder with a spice grinder.
yep.
That makes sense.
So that's another thing. The same way you were talking about the onions, how you just grind them up, puree it all smooth. That's another thing people will do with nuts. Like walnuts, they have a really earthy flavor. Like it tastes like a tree to me. And
Yeah,
I guess that's because growing up, we used to have to shell them ourselves, and a lot of times we would get bite a piece of that wood in the shell,
yeah.
and we were so greedy we would. Well, maybe I was. I would just chew it with the.
It didn't matter. Like you just chew it up anyway.
Yeah, I would just chew it up with the nut and be like, "Oh, okay, well, you know." And so, because I told you in the comments, I eat foods I don't like because I figure, okay, let me explore it. Let me see what it tastes like. Let me really know what this tastes like before I say I don't like it. Because
Yeah,
that first time that you taste something, it's new. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. And that's my thing. I don't. I like tasting things, but I don't like tasting it when it's not right. And then that turned me off from it. And even in a different cooking it a different way, I'm like, I don't like that because when I had it, it didn't taste good. But then that make me just put it all in the wrong pot. So I want to taste
Ah,
things right the first time. That way, I won't have that stigma in my mind that it's not good or I don't like it. I just go right
okay.
through it. So
So then I think we have to discuss that first. Um, Tasting things the right, quote unquote, right way. Because, of course, Tasty Topics is a segment where we're not saying, hey, you need to switch completely to this or that. We're just saying, hey, let's explore all the things, right? Let's make sure that we add as much food to our food, enhance what we're already having. So let's talk about having things the right way. You know what? I figured out what is going on here. I'm having technical difficulties, but I'm going to sort them through.
Good morning, everyone coming in. I love cornbread. I make
Oh,
cornbread. I'm not sure what tiger nut. Is that what Halal said? I like tiger nut. What is that? Never heard of it. I hope you all had a great weekend and ready to talk about some food. Uh, Good morning, Southern Roots. I did see you pop in a few minutes ago. But yeah, I don't like the fact of keep saying I just don't like something, and it's just that I needed a different way.
hmm. So,
So,
okay, tiger nuts. You know what? I haven't had, I can't remember having those. Like,
mhm.
I've heard of them, and I've had them in some way, but I can't remember. Like, it's not a popular thing that I get a hold of often. I
Oh,
know the type of nut, but I haven't had them. You know, or it's not a frequent food. But
okay.
so what I was going to say about getting food the right way is that there's no such things. I think we have to like just like wipe that out of our minds because that does affect a lot of the way we experience things. Sort of like, you know how, let's take something basic, macaroni and cheese.
Hmm.
People will think, oh, this is the way it should be, especially as kids. And then they won't eat it in other ways if they get it. I think I told you I used to add onions to my macaroni, and people would act like, oh my goodness, this is completely ruined, only because they saw the onions or once they chewed one and they were like, wait, what's that? Before that, they were fine. If they didn't
Hmm.
see it, if they didn't taste it, they were fine, which is what made me start to parade them because I like the flavor that they added. But it's sort of like that mental block of, well, it's supposed to be like this, you know? So I think you just have to work on, um, especially as adults, if we know, like, okay, food can come in a lot of different ways, things
Hmm.
come in a lot of different ways, then that's where we can say, okay, I had it like this time. But the nice thing with food is that it can come in so many different ways, like we're saying with this bread, with the nuts. So, do you eat peanuts at all?
Yeah, I eat peanuts.
Okay, any other nuts you eat?
I'll eat a little bit of cashew sometimes. That's about it.
Cashews, peanuts, okay. Because I know everybody was talking about adding not peanuts, adding nuts to the breads. Like a lot of times, like somebody mentioned hummingbird cake.
Yes.
Hummingbird, yeah. Who was that? Because hummingbird also has walnuts in it. Um,
Oh, okay. And what is hummingbird cake? I mean, basically.
to me, hummingbbird's cake tastes like that was Lavender for Love talking about hummingbird cake. Hummingbird cake tastes like a cross between um, a delicious, uh, sort of like it reminds you of a spice cake, a
Hmm.
carrot cake,
Wow.
um, because it has sweet potato in it. But
Oh.
yeah, but it's a cake and it's rich. It's really rich. So it tastes like you know how pound cakes you can just tell that, ooh, this has a lot of butter. This has a lot of something I shouldn't have in it. That's what
Yeah.
hummingbird tastes like, but they're actually better because they have better ingredients, than
Hmm.
just a pound of sugar, a pound of butter, a pound of flour.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, anybody else can say what they think hummingbird tastes like. And I'm looking at Reese's Organic World talking about, I don't like beets at all. Was forced to eat them in liver as a child. No one cooks them right, so that I can.
Yeah. I'm not for liver or beets, but I hear my mother-in-law cook a real good liver, but
It's not your thing.
no. Hey Thor, how you doing? Lavender
Hello,
Fluff.
good morning, Thor. How you doing? Wait, who is Thor? Oh, I see him, Thor Haven Farm.
Yeah, yeah, not my puppy.
Wait, because I was like,
The
wait, Thor who?
tastes like
Oh,
carrots and spice cake. So Faith, Food by Faith says she doesn't like hummingbird, but
oh,
Lavender Fluff said it's like carrot and spice cake.
okay. Because to me, that's what hummingbird. And so, okay, to me, that's the way the banana nut bread or the zucchini bread. To me, they're all spiced in a very similar way, so that you get a little bit more spice in carrot cake. You know,
Pineapples.
wait a minute, what about pineapples? Oh, yep, see, that's what I was saying. Hummingbird has like everything good in it.
Oh,
So,
okay. Banana, pineapple, spice, and nuts.
mm,
Okay, that sounds good.
I swear my friend was putting. Oh, maybe that was just a sweet potato cake she was making. Okay, I might have been mixing up her cakes. But she would
I
make
know. I was like,
hummingbird.
sweet
Those,
potato.
I know.
If you have a Publix, they make it and you can try it. Oh, okay. We do have a Publix, so maybe I should try it before I make it. But I
You would
definitely,
like it.
I mean, I think with banana and pineapple, we probably can't go wrong because we like both. I just don't like banana flavored things, so maybe it
Oh,
won't hurt to try it.
right. So when you say you don't like banana flavored things, I did hear everybody talking about banana chips and banana this and that. Is it the fake banana flavor that you don't like?
I'm not sure because, like, I don't like peach cobbler or peach pie or peach ice cream, peach drinks. I only like the peach itself.
Mm, I see what
So
you
it's
mean.
the same way with bananas. Good morning, country mama musing. It's the same
Hey,
way with bananas.
yeah, doing great, country mama musings. Okay, so I see what you're saying because some people just don't like you're saying the cooked fruit. Like for me, apples, they're all right, but people act like, oh my goodness, I just love apple pie, and I'm like, I can do without it. It's fine, or even cooked apples. So I understand what you mean. So it's not the bananas, it's the bananas in other foods. Have you had a banana nut muffin or banana cake or anything like that? Or banana
Um,
bread, I should say.
I think I tried it, but it might have been the walnuts that wasn't it for me. So maybe if I make it myself and grind the walnuts up to where I don't know it's there, that may
Okay.
make a difference. But it smells delicious. Banana nut bread. I love the way it smells, but I'm just not crazy for it.
Right. It's just not your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know Halal Family Homestead said they like most nuts, just not hazelnuts. I know most nuts are better inside of foods
Yeah,
because,
I'm laughing
yeah,
at country mama. She said, "What? No peach cobbler, no apple pie?" Clutching my pearls.
I know. Let me clutch mine for you, country mama musings. I got you, girl. Woo.
We eat apple pie over here, but I'm not. My husband, I eat peach cobbler. He doesn't turn down too many, especially dessert that ice cream go great with. But nah,
Wow, that's something.
you never like
Okay.
raw pear. I like raw pear, but I can't think of cooked pear. I don't know, just weird. But a lot of this, like I keep saying, it was growing up a growing up thing. So now that I'm the grown up and I can buy my own food and play with my own food, I want to try different things because you know how you get tired of eating the same thing. You like it, but it's like I need something different. I think that's where we at.
Yeah, and also because you have so many options. So that's where I was saying, like, yes, work on your mindset to say, you know what? I can probably eat this one thing 50 different ways. Or somebody has already transformed this one thing 50 different ways, right?
Mhm.
So that's where, however you try it, if you don't like it, like let's say if you're like Sonia Hickman and you're like, I never like raw pears,
Mhm.
but somebody gives her a different type of pear that's raw, or they might squeeze lemon juice on it and it's raw, or something, or they might cook them and all this. So she might say, "Oh, here's a way," or like dried. You know how when y'all were talking about the banana chips, so when pears are dried or candied, it's still raw, sort of, but it's a
Hmm.
different way. So, let's just work on our mindset to say, okay, let me try all the different ways and just experience it in all those different ways. And then you'll find out, like, yep, I like it like this. I like nuts and breads and cakes. I don't like them plain, or like Adrian Nash said, I like them when they're ground up into a powder because you can get the flavor, but not so much of the texture.
Yeah.
Look at Food by Faith, apple crisp and cobbler. I made a mean macadamia nut brittle. She bragging, got teasing us. No, we don't have any.
I know. At least drop a video over there, Food by Face, so we can jump on it. Because I will. When I see something, I'm like, oh, I need to
Yeah,
try that. So, but
right.
I see Scott. Did I see Rump? I do. I see Scott here this morning. Good morning. If you want to drop some links, feel free to. I got to remind myself to say it because I'm like, I wonder why they not dropping links. And then he say, "Oh, I was waiting on you." I'm sorry. I don't
No,
mind link sharing, you know,
thank
network.
you for waiting for permission. That's courteous. Thank you.
Good morning, juicing with Jay. But
Wait, wait. You see the hallelujah moment for Mama Country Mama Musings talking about her blood sugar is down to 188, the lowest it's been since she was diagnosed with diabetes almost 2 weeks ago. Hey,
oh, that's good. Congratulations. You
yes.
are working and it's paying off. That is what you want to see. I think she was in the 250s or something last week. You want to
Mhm.
see those results because that's what encourages you to keep going. It's rough when you don't see results. You don't look for them instantly, but over time, once you start seeing them, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations. That you know what? See, that's why we have these tasty topics because Country Mama Musings, I do want to let her know that when she posted her video about diabetes, I said something about some fresh fruits and vegetables because I'm always asking everybody about fresh fruits and vegetables, right? And she had a granola bar. And I was like, I didn't see any fresh fruits and vegetables. And so she said, well, this is all I had, right? And I'm like, don't worry, you got enough farmer friends. Ask them. This way, you don't look like you're begging for free food. Like, say, for example, you can just tell them it's for your diabetes. Like, who wasn't in here with that walnut tree we all about to roll up on?
Lord,
Some,
she said she
well,
doesn't even touch them.
right.
And she got I think she got a few. So yeah, y'all go shake them trees.
Exactly. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it's like, with farmer friends, and especially when you have a situation, people want to help. So this is where Country Mama Musings, I hope you're getting those fruits and vegetables in. And good news on the fruit, because I did see, I think it was F.R. Humphreys talking about the texture of the food. Like a lot of times cooked fruit tends to be mushy, and that
Mhm.
might be it, why we don't like them cooked. Could be. I'm greedy, so I eat them even though I don't like them that much if they're cooked. But as far as like the where was I going with that? Lord, I forgot just that quick. Oh, my mic stopped. I'm sorry. I'm
You
struggling
can
today.
still hear. We can still hear you. It never cut off.
Oh, it didn't stop. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I was saying something about the fruits and vegetables. I saw a report yesterday because I'm always watching the doctors, and
Mhm.
they were talking about how eating fruit tends to have a low glycemic index, which means it doesn't spike your blood sugar so fast. And even though it tastes sweet, it's not as much sugar as we think that's actually going to our body. Like our taste buds tell us one thing, but our bodies recognize it as another, and our body processes it properly.
Mhm.
So just to let you know, Country Mama Musings, all of these things that we're talking about with fruit, don't worry, you don't have to give them up. Raw fruit is great, and blueberries, and all kinds of berries, and peaches, and apples, and hey, mix it up with the nuts.
There she
Shake
go.
Nora's tree.
I like how she called you wifey. She said Sherrie and wifey. Hold on
Right.
now. Let's not put it that way. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. But I love how she called you wifey because
No,
I call you our wife.
I told her that though. I told her I was in a live stream where she was buffing out they had done her and her husband had done a sculpture, a casting where their
Mhm.
hands worked together, and she was, fixing it and everything. And so she was on a live stream. She was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, most people call me the wife or Laquita Marie or Marie, but it's so hard to remember. The wife is easier." She was like, "Okay, wifey, I got it." And I'm like, "Yep."
But so Lavender for luck. She want those Laura. They coming for those walnuts. Trust me.
Oh,
She
wow.
said, "How do I contact you, Laura?"
Yeah, because
Um,
walnuts are so expensive and they're hard to get. Like
yeah.
they're hard to get fresh. That's what I mean by hard to get. We can get them in the stores, but we don't know where they're from. I would rather have them off Laura's land where I know she's probably not spraying it with stuff,
Yep.
you know.
Good morning, YouTube streets. We talk about food every Monday morning here, but then don't forget, Laquita talk about food every Wednesday and Thursday and Friday on Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life. But let's go back for a second
Okay.
to cabbage.
Oh, we do have to go back to cabbage. Okay, let's go back to cabbage and let's bring in Adrian's comment because it makes a lot of sense when we get to cabbage. She says, I had to change my mindset about food. Food is for the nourishment of our bodies, it's for nutrition, and it can be medicine or poison, right?
Yep.
So, cabbage. Last week we were talking about cabbage. Each week we talk about a different food and what we can do with it, talking about some of the things that we're growing since this is a growing community of a lot of farmers, gardeners, cookers, eaters. And so we talk about how can we use more of the food that we're growing in whatever we're eating. And so last week the topic was cabbage, and you have to give us the report on how last week's cabbage turned out, how you cooked it, and how you enjoyed it, what you and your husband thought, and then we'll finish up with the bread.
So I cooked my cabbage. I started with my onion, and I wanted to leave the onion a nice size because I didn't want to chop it up, just to get my mind set for the onion being mixed up with the cabbage and me not really being able to tell that it's there. But I cut it up a little bit, but not too bad. So I
Mhm.
fried my onion and butter, and I put my rutabaga. I cubed my rutabaga and I put it in with the onions and cooked that first. Then I added my sausage and cabbage. I let my cabbage cook down before. Well, once my cabbage was done, I add the carrots at the
Okay.
very end. And I might have had, maybe I let it cook for maybe 5 minutes. I had shredded carrots. Carrots. My husband wanted me to cook the carrots, but I didn't want them soggy. I still wanted them,
Have some
a
crunch.
little crunchy. Yeah. So he was okay until he saw the carrots. He saw those carrots in there, and he said, "I don't
So
know
wait,
about this, but
he,
I'll
he
try it."
okay, okay. I was gonna say this was after he tasted or before he tasted. He was like, "What?"
Before. It was just like the lasagna. I don't know about this, but I'll give it a try. I said, okay. So after he ate it, he said it's good, but he was thinking to saute the carrots to bring out some of the sweetness in them and cook them. But I like my carrots raw. I don't care for cooked carrots.
Mm.
So, but he liked it. Yeah.
So you okay? Good, good. So he preferred them a little softer, and you preferred the texture of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. But we ate the
But
whole pan. So
that's what I was gonna ask. Overall, what did you think?
I love it. Even with the rutabaga, because I said, let me taste the rutabaga by itself and
Mm-hmm.
see what it tastes like. And it was kind of sweet. It's like
It
a little
does.
sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great though.
You know what? That's the thing. I know that with rutabagas, they kind of take on the flavor of the dish or whatever you're seasoning the other things with. And like you're saying, they kind of have a little bit of a sweetness once they're cooked. Plus, I don't know why they taste like you said, they kind of taste like a sweet little potato, and to
Mhm.
me, that's why they complement the flavor of potatoes when I mash the potatoes. But so this was onions, garlic, rutabaga, and carrots that you added to your cabbage.
Onions, garlic, rooted. Yep. And I added kielbasa sausage.
Right. Hey,
Yep.
okay, nice.
Yep. It was great. And I
Yeah.
used to when I always fry my cabbage, but I only fry it with cabbage, salt, pepper, and I put the sausage in it. But this time I did add the garlic, the onion, the rutabaga, and the carrots, and it made it
Right.
great.
Right. So that's the whole goal of this. So like for YouTube streets that came in saying, "Hey, what's going on with this food here?" That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like Laura talking about, I fixed that cabbage as soon as I got off the stream with y'all.
Yeah, so who made cabbage last week? I see Lavender Flux saying they're making cabbage today, both purple and green together. They love it that way. So are you frying your cabbage that way? YouTube Street talking about his former lady was from Savannah.
Mm.
And that southern cooking, let me tell you, YouTube Streets, my husband can cook. His mom can cook. Whew, that's that.
Oh.
I'm gonna gain 10 pounds a day food. So he doesn't go in the kitchen too much. But when his mom cook, I'm like, oh, I don't eat this, so I don't want that. But once I taste it, I'm like, yeah, tell her to make some more of that. So yeah.
Oh,
Good
right,
morning,
right.
micro farmer.
Yeah, tend to the chickens, micro farmer. And
Look,
Adrian,
Adrian, wait a minute. Who has a walnut tree?
that's what I was gonna say. Adrian, it's Laura. Girl, we all driving to Laura's house. We doing drop shipping. We doing something from Laura's trees to us. And you see, Laura says she put her cabbage in the oven and did add onion to hers. I only put salt, pepper, and some butter in hers also. So at least she got the cabbage and the onion adding, because the idea is that you have all this food and you always think, whoo, like this is what I used to think. How am I going to eat all these vegetables, right? I thought I had to eat them all separately. I didn't realize most things are supposed to be in combination. Like earlier, I forget who it was saying they add spinach to smoothies because it doesn't have a flavor.
Yeah.
I do the same thing because I know that you're supposed to get your greens early in the day. This is according to the medical doctors that greens early in the day and really at every meal, but they say early in the day is even better for you.
Hmm.
Okay, so smoothies, adding spinach because it doesn't have a flavor is always a good thing. And there was something else in there, but either way, the point is combine your foods because a lot of times combine your vegetables, especially because a lot of times they don't you don't get an adverse flavor, so the flavor is still good. It probably enhances the flavor to make it better, you know. And especially with vegetables, this way
Yeah.
you can be like Halal Family Homestead talking about. I thought I didn't like eggplant because what it looked like, but tried it last year for the first time and likes it a lot, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And I saw who was it? Food by Faith.
Mhm.
Food by Faith she gonna have to start going live with us so we can talk more food. Food by Faith is growing a lot of things out
Ah,
there. So she said she want to grow yucca. I
mhm.
had yucca before when I wanted to get away from potatoes so much. I heard yucca was like the cousin of a potato,
Mhm.
but not so unhealthy. But I don't know. I can't get away from my potatoes. So, but she said she want to grow yucca.
I saw that too. And, yucca, I've had it, but I think I mainly have it at all the, I've had it at all the pollo local places, like, where they have all the chicken shacks, I wanna say Peruvian chicken places. The Peruvian chicken places always have yuca. They will have, like, yuca fries. So instead of french fries, yuca fries. Now, of course, I'm not eating chicken anymore, but, I ain't gonna lie, I still eat fried foods and put a put a yuca in front of me, fry it. I've had it one other way. I think it was, in a dish with something else. Friends of mine had cooked it, but it's definitely, and I wanna say that's cassava. That's what Africans call cassava. I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Um,
the go ahead.
I was reading YouTube Street said he likes sauteed asparagus. That's how my husband like his asparagus we went to Texas Day Brazil down in Jacksonville, and you know that is like the mother load of meat. And they didn't cook the asparagus all the way; it was still crunchy. So he liked his asparagus that way. So I started cooking it that way.
Ah, right.
Okay.
Oh, you see the Beehive Homestead saying, "Hey everyone, I guess I should say good morning."
Good morning, Beehive and Bountiful. I saw you come in, Abby. Good morning. We are talking about food, making each other hungry.
Yes, and not
Um,
just any food, but currently we're talking about cabbage and we're about to finish up with the bread because last week we were talking about how you can cook your cabbage not just by itself, but what other vegetables can you add to it. So
yeah.
you had a lot of success with that. You see, F.R. Humphrey said, I steam with salt, pepper, and butter. Love
Hmm.
cabbage. So we got to get F.R.
Absolutely.
Humphrey to add something to it.
Some rutabaga and carrots and onion. I wouldn't leave either one out now. So, I mean, I could do away with the carrots, but I love the way the carrots, I like carrots. So, and I like raw carrots, but
Right.
I will try to cook it. Next time I cook it, I'm going to saute it some so my husband can have it the way he like it too. So,
Yeah. And let's head on over to Bountiful Harvest Abbey, whose grandma has an asparagus patch. Wow.
really, wow,
And look at
that's
Thor Haven.
amazing.
You see Thor Haven talking about wrapped in bacon. Yum.
Exactly, Thor. You got plenty of bacon out there. Not rutabaga. You triggered rutabaga. I love rutabaga. Now that I've learned how to cook with rutabaga, I'm like, when I want mashed potatoes or cabbage, I gotta have rutabaga.
Because it works now that you've tried it. You know, I told you that that was a friend of mine. I changed her mind about rutabaga because I didn't have it growing up. So I didn't have really a reason not to like it. But
Hmm.
her mom would always cook it just mashed with salt and butter, I guess. So she was like, okay, why are we eating this? It's just not good. It's the same way all the time.
Yeah.
And I would throw it in different dishes. I would throw it in spaghetti. I would throw it in mashed potatoes. I would throw it in wraps, like if I'm making a burrito. And she was like, there's rutabaga in here. There's rutabaga. You know, every time I would cook something, I would tell her. After
Hmm.
she tasted it, and before, I'd be like, all right, you know, it's rutabaga in here. And she would taste it. No, it's not. But yes, I
Yeah. When
do
you can
have,
have
go,
foods, it's good.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying when you can hide foods, it's good because then that proves that it's tasteless, or either it's tasteless or you like it.
Or yeah, so here's the thing, and it's not so much that you want to hide it as much as you just want to combine it with
Yeah.
other stuff because cabbage is really packed with nutrients. So like vitamin A, iron, and B vitamins, right? So like B6, folate, and just so that you guys know, I just pulled this up on Google. I put in cabbage health benefits,
Hmm.
and boom, here we are. It's also a low calorie vegetable, you know what I mean? So of course, when they do that cabbage soup, you know how everybody when they try to lose weight, they'll do that cabbage soup
Hmm.
and they're like, you can eat as much of it as you like. Most vegetables you can. The doctors will say, yeah, eat a lot of vegetables because they're usually low calorie anyways. But definitely cabbage, especially in this time of year, we think of oranges. Nope, vitamin C is very high in vitamin C. Cabbage is. And so that's another thing to consider. And it helps with digestion, believe it or not, unless you got problems with cabbage, but it actually helps with digestion. And so, you know, I say go for it, try it, and combine some other things with it if you haven't already.
Yeah. So Humphrey said I would try rutabaga roasted. Roasted roots vegetables are so good. Good morning,
Mm.
Catherine. Yeah. I like rutabaga now. And it
You-
tastes really good with the cabbage. Like, I mean, it all came together so perfectly. So
It
that
complements the flavor, right?
yes. So you can't go wrong with cabbage and rutabaga. You and mashed potato. And you
Yeah.
cannot, I cannot believe Abby's Bountiful Harvest, you dislike cabbage. What?
I can, you know what? I can believe it. I have a
What?
niece. She does not, she didn't like cabbage since she was a child. It was just the flavor of it. and she could taste it in anything. So I'm like, okay, well then you really don't like it. It really, the flavor for you is just,
It's
it's
not there.
there. Yeah, because in an egg roll, in a, I'm trying to think, definitely not on a barbecue sandwich because I saw YouTube streets talking about barbecue pit chicken or something. No,
In South
barbecue.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that. And Country Mama said they have wild asparagus growing in that ditch.
A lot of food grows wild. And of course, we don't eat it because, they spray it. The county, the city, wherever you live, a lot of times it's sprayed, or we just looking at it like, no, I'm not getting food out the ditch or off the side of the road. But I
Mhm.
saw somebody talking about they were foraging for blueberries and had gotten so many off of their land. Who was that? Because we got to go by their house too. We got to get from Laura the walnuts, and then we got to head on over for the blueberries
Oh,
from,
I did see that.
man, I don't know where it was. Was a country? No, Country Mama Musing said she had blueberries with some high protein Greek yogurt. She wanted a smoothie, and then
Mm.
the yogurt didn't even make it home from the store.
That happens sometimes. Brussels sprouts. My sister-in-law is growing Brussels sprouts. I love the way they grow. I can't talk that much about the taste. that
Wait,
that one we'll have to work on too. Brussels sprouts.
okay, so who said that about the roasted vegetables? Because probably when you roast the vegetables, when you roast them, they have a different flavor. Roasted Brussels sprouts,
Mhm.
and add it with some of the other things you like, carrots, rutabaga, make a nice vinaigrette or whatever seasonings, however you typically roast your vegetables. Some
Mhm.
people just drizzle oil and they'll drizzle seasonings. A lot of times I'll just create a vinaigrette with the salt, oil, sugar, and salt, sugar, vinegar, oil, and the mustard, blend
Mhm.
it up, and a few other seasonings. So sometimes chili powder, basil, whatever. But and I'll toss the vegetables, put them in the oven, me, on 500. And
Quick cook.
yeah, roast it up.
Yeah, I saw Thor saying coleslaw. Ooh, me and coleslaw. I'm the only one that eat coleslaw. So when I make it, I try to make small portions because my husband doesn't eat it at all. But yeah, I can eat coleslaw every day with
Mm.
fish. I put coleslaw on my hot dogs, chili, coleslaw, and ketchup. Not my husband, but I love coleslaw. So thank you for that recipe. But
Right?
street, did somebody say blueberries? Natural Greek yogurt, fresh blueberries. Oh, good job, YouTube.
Yeah, and you know what? I YouTube Streets, I see binging on that, and I heard Country Mama Musings, and y'all know I'm plant-based. I was suggesting the yogurts the other week, the plant-based yogurts, the Silk, the So Delicious, and all of that. So we definitely used to eat Greek yogurt, but because of the hormones and the health benefits, we did switch over to those brands, and we're enjoying them. My kids took some for school today, so
Yeah, I have the
definitely.
silk. I went and bought silk, so
Oh, did you try it yet? Which
I haven't
flavor?
tried it yet. I was telling my husband to put his passion fruit in the yogurt and eat it, but he didn't.
What
he
flavor of
got
yogurt?
I got strawberry and peach.
Okay.
So I got peach because he liked peach flavored. I got strawberry for myself, but we haven't opened either one yet. Like I don't know what we waiting on. It's just eating passion fruit and kumquat right now, and I forget about what's in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna
Right.
get it this week and try it and see if we
Mm-hmm.
like it.
Yeah. And you see Miss B Finesse said, yuck, coleslaw. If I eat it, it has to be my mom's, but not a lot. Yeah, I like it on things. Like when I was eating barbecue, yeah, I could throw as much coleslaw, but just to eat it plain, it's okay. I'm greedy, so I eat it, but it's not my thing.
I've never had a suicide dog. When I make coleslaw, I put pineapple, bacon, and bread and butter um, pickles in my
Pickles.
coleslaw. Yeah,
Mm.
so that's how I like mine. But you got
And
to
so
try passion fruit. We got tons of passion fruit. My Funny, somebody told my husband to eat Sweeney's Creek told my husband to eat passion fruit on top of vanilla ice cream. We didn't have vanilla ice cream, and he didn't want to use the whatever was in there, Rocky Road or something. So we had cake. My neighbor brought us cake. He
Mm-hmm.
put passion fruit on the cake. And I was thinking, so disgusting. And then he made me try it. It
And
was
it was
so good.
so good, huh? Right?
So good. I was like, that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna stay away from stuff like that. But
Well, see,
so
here's what you got to think about. Okay, what is frosting? Frosting is just sugar, right? Some butter, sugar whipped up. But it's like that's basically what fruit is. It's like nature's sugar, nature's natural toppings. So, if we eat a jelly donut, just think of it like, yeah, they put some passion fruit or papaya up in here. You got your own growing right there. So it does make sense why it matches.
yeah, I mean, it was so. I'm like a piece of. It was just. She brought us a whole birthday cake. It was a baby shower cake that somebody didn't
Mhm.
pick up from the bakery, and all he did was cut a piece of that cake and empty out a passion fruit on it. And I was like, I can't believe it tastes that good.
Good stuff.
But it was great. So yeah, Miss
So,
B, I have to give you that. But it's basically I just fry my bacon. I cut up my own bread and butter pickles and chop up some pineapple along with my sauce, and that's coleslaw. So, but
just
this
do
week I am cooking. I see Fr. Humphreys asking for recipes,
no.
but this week our goal is bread.
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna I only have about 5 minutes left,
Okay,
but I know we have to finish up talking about bread. I'm gonna run and get some of the yogurts because I see YouTube Street saying he hasn't tried or they haven't tried, whoever it is. I don't know if it's a man or a lady, but YouTube Streets has not tried. They say I've never heard about plant-based yogurt. I'll check it out. So, if you can put me in the green room for a moment,
okay,
um, and I'll be right back to talk about the bread.
okay.
Okay.
So y'all, so that's what I'm this week I'm gonna cook. So I did make a coleslaw video, which I will probably drop that video in the morning. Trying to space out some videos. But this week I will do we did kumquat jam the weekend. Whew. When I say experimenting, we did it I did it a way my husband could, the way my husband wanted it because he is the citrus fan. So um oh okay. Well, that's good to know, Alicia. Thank you for that, country mama. I love coupons. I just had to slow down because I had like 3 years worth of washing powder and maybe 5 years worth of soap and other stuff in here. So trying to use some of it up. But I went coupon crazy one time. So I don't like coleslaw at all. I forgot what I was saying. I'm all over the place. But oh, I did make a video. We did kumquat video. I will do the cabbage video soon so y'all can see how I made my cabbage. But this week I am going to cook the bread, zucchini bread. So let's add Laquita back so we can show YouTube streets what kind of yogurt we eat.
Okay. I will because you see that tip from Country Mama Musings. We were just talking about coupons recently, and she says, "Tip, pull up the Silk website, go to contact us, write them, and tell them how much you like their products, and they'll send you coupons." I received 2 coupons for free products up to $5.99 each. Okay, I need to do that because let me tell you
Yes.
something. This yogurt right here, now, Silk, their yogurt, it's wonderful. But this little container where I am, I get it from Harris Teeter, two for $4. This is
Mm,
$2. Or on sale, it's two for $3. So that means this is $1.50. You know what I
mm,
mean? And anywhere between $1.50 and $2. I'm sure I could get it a little bit cheaper, maybe at Walmart. But the point is, the
six
plant,
$6 coupon. You can work
right?
wonders with that. Two of them.
Right. So that means I could get four. When these are on sale, I could get four of these. And if they send me two coupons, I can get eight. I got three kids. This would be wonderful.
Yes, I see. Catherine said she grew winter squash and fig. I saw her live on figs. Oh my, I cannot wait to taste fresh fig. Haven't had any yet, but I can't wait. Good morning, GT Grows.
So I will say, hey there, GT Grows. He's in Alaska, right?
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
I saw him skipping rocks the other day on the ice pond. And it was so neat because it was like music. You know how you skip rocks when the pond is a just water? He was skipping it on a frozen pond. So it was like ping, king, 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 king.
It's amazing what you can do, right? For free. Just go out there
Right.
and find the most amazing things you find outside and just exploring a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what? Corey can still skip rocks on a pond, even though he can't see anymore. He used to skip rocks when he was a kid. He could still do it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
So I do have one or two more yogurts just to show you guys. And I'm mentioning this yogurt because when I make breads, a lot of times I'll put yogurt in to the batter. And
Mm.
so that's an option depending on what you're looking at, what your recipe says. Um, I use plain a lot of times. So this one, since I send my kids to school with like the little ones so they can just carry it. So this is So Delicious brand. I'll be sending them an email as well.
That's right. Saving is great. It's great to save. So
Yeah, and if they're going to give it to you free, and this stuff is so good. So this large container for So Delicious, I'll get this one. This is the one that I will make my breads with. I'll use the plain one, so
okay,
that way, like if I'm making the kids pancakes, waffles, um, muffins, I'll this one. I'll use
yeah,
that one.
okay, sounds good. I know GT Grove said it was 2 feet of snow out there the other day. Woo! Oh, I would go crazy. But
2 feet of snow in Alaska.
yes,
Mm, wow.
he was sitting in front of a window and you could see the snow piled up on the table, and I was like, I pull all my hair out.
Right, right. You know what? Because I'm with you. I don't like the cold, and I'm just thinking about the work that goes into it. Not necessarily just the cold, but shoveling snow and having to clear it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go back to a more favorable topic because YouTube Streets has a question asking what's the difference between the silk milk yogurt and the dairy based. Well, the difference is that Silk, this particular one is made with almond milk. So, like Silk is the brand, and they have almond milk, they have cashew milk. I want to say they have rice milk and coconut milk. And then out of any of those milks, quote unquote milks, because they're not really milks, right? But you can actually make some of the same foods that you would make with cow's milk, you can make with these plant milks. So, Silk brand, this is an almond based yogurt or almond milk yogurt. And so the health benefits are the difference. That's the reason why we have them. So, like for people that are allergic to nuts, they wouldn't do almond milk or cashew milk or almond yogurt or cashew yogurt, but they might do the rice or they might do the coconut. So that's where So Delicious, their brand is coconut. You see, it says coconut milk yogurt right there.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
noticed that.
so, same thing with the large one. But the benefits of coconut are, oh my goodness, there's a lot of coconut benefits as well as nuts, right? So that's why versus dairy, dairy has been proven to be so many things, but I know that we can't say the big C word on here. We cannot say anything about inflammation. We can't say anything about chronic illnesses because we are not medical professionals.
Yeah,
But that's what the doctors say. They do mention those words in the same sentences with animal milks. So I'll leave it right there.
yeah. Sounds
Oh, you
good.
see Kingsway Garden said I put the plain yogurt in my fruit smoothie. Me too.
Yeah, yeah. I had a client. She used to put either ice cream or yogurt in her smoothie. So
Wait, ice cream. You know what?
Frozen, yeah, she would. I think it was frozen yogurt, but she would always say, put a scoop of ice cream, honey." I'm like, "Yep, put
Yeah, hook it up any way you can, right?
yeah." So I will do. So this week I'm going to do zucchini bread,
Okay.
and we'll see how that turn out. And y'all make a bread, because Mondays we love to talk about food. So you can come back next week and tell us what you made. I see a couple of y'all made y'all cabbage.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you can think of, another topic or something that you want to explore, let's talk about it, because that's what we here for, to talk about it. I see she stole my thunder and Lion Crest came in. So good morning to you
Hey,
all.
yeah, good morning. She stole my thunder up there in Canada talking about what's this about the cold?
Yeah, yeah, we don't do cold. We just took a tour in a t-shirt. No, not cold here. But yeah, so Thor, is it Thor? No. Reese said, "I've never had zucchini bread. I need the recipe." So,
You know what? I don't have a recipe that of my own specifically.
mhm,
I have a couple of recipes from a long time ago that I use. And sometimes I will just Google zucchini bread, look at it, and then do things like Food by Faith. Food by Faith was saying that the yogurt adds moisture, and so I'll just kind of look at the recipe and then tweak it only because I baked enough stuff that I said, "Oh, this won't make too much of a difference. This will help it out. This will make it better."
mhm.
But I
Good
don't
morning,
have
Melissa.
one to give you all
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Hey, Melissa Jameson in there from Facebook.
yeah. Good morning, Ellie JJ.
Hey, Ellie JJ.
But yeah, I'm and all I YouTube stuff. I'll look at a couple recipes, but I
Yep.
know the basics of what it is. Um, So, and I know to add some yogurt, plain yogurt to it for moisture. So I don't mind experimenting with things. Long as I got the basics, I can experiment with a couple things. So that's basically how I get my recipes, and I turn them into
Hmm.
my own by tweaking maybe a
Yeah,
little
because you
more
see,
sugar.
say that again. I'm sorry. The
I
last
was
part.
saying maybe a little more sugar because I don't think this is enough, because my husband like his sweets, and if I can make a dessert and a meal out of something, hey,
Work it out, right? And
yeah,
I will say Catherine's Garden and Home LWS said exactly what we're saying. Exploring with the different food and different food combinations will help to expand and develop our taste for a variety of foods. Absolutely. That's
yeah.
exactly what we're saying with these tasty topics, not eliminating anything, taking anything away, but adding the things that we grow to the food we're already eating. And I don't know if YouTube Street said, "Oh, I'm intrigued," and I'll let you know as soon as I try the plant-based yogurts.
Yeah.
I think I did tell everybody that to me, Silk, that was the first one we tried. Pretty much we went from Greek yogurt to Silk.
Mhm.
And that one was the best texture that was closest to the yogurt we were used to eating. And it does not have the tang. So that was the benefit that I found is that who didn't like the tang, that worked out for them.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, we won't hold you up anymore. I know you got an appointment to get to.
I do. You know what? I just want to leave you with some nutritional facts from the zucchini,
Okay.
because of course that's the goal for this week. We're saying zucchini is like spinach, pretty much flavorless. You don't really taste the flavor at all. But the
Mhm.
nice thing is, just like most fruits and vegetables, it is high in antioxidants. Um, a lot of times we'll look at the nutritional value and we're surprised, but it's not just berries. Berries tend to be higher in antioxidants, but pretty much all fruits and vegetables, they come with their very own antioxidants. That's just a part of the makeup.
Yeah.
So definitely fiber, vitamin C, potassium. So we think of bananas, but hey, potassium, vitamin K, quite a lot of benefits, and it also helps you with digestion. And most vegetables do, just because of the fiber and their nutritional makeup in that way. So you
Mm.
can't go wrong with zucchini. Go for it. One last thing, it may strengthen your vision. And that's because of the vitamin C and beta carotene in it that are both really good for your eyes. So,
Oh, I need that. Well, I need to eat more of that because without these, I can't see nothing up there, nothing here, and nothing over here. So without these,
wow. See,
so I can definitely use that.
I'm telling you that the beta carotene is in so many foods. So the combination of beta carotene, vitamin C, so that's another reason to combine your foods because a lot of times one food will help another food do something. Like black pepper is a carrier, for example. Black pepper helps to carry nutrients, but that's a whole nother day.
Yep, yep. We got plenty of time to jump on more. So we appreciate you and all your tips, and I hope you rest as much as you can.
I know, because I'm still a little bit hoarse. Oh my goodness. I'm getting there though. I got my coffee and I got my cayenne in here. I got my flax. I got my cacao. It's all working together. And I'll keep
Sounds
sipping
good.
on that in addition to water.
Yep, sounds good. So we shall see you Wednesday, 11:15.
I'll be there 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, live.
Yeah, and don't forget to drop your your link in
Oh,
the chat.
sure. You know
So
what? Absolutely. I'll definitely put that into the chat. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that offer. Thank you.
all right, see you Wednesday.
All right. Take care. I'll be in the chat for a bit.
Okay,
All right. Bye bye.
all right, y'all. So I saw Miss B. You were talking about cabbage, coleslaw. The way I make my coleslaw, I just buy a bag of coleslaw and I get, I think it's the Marie's um dressing, coleslaw dressing. It's in the cold section usually. I think it's Maria. But I fry my bacon till it's crispy. I crumble it up and put it in there. I chop my pineapple up in it, and I buy the bread and butter pickles in a jar, and I chop them up. You don't have to chop them up small because all right, Thor, have a good day. You don't have to chop them up small because you know your cabbage isn't too small, so you chop them up as big as you want them, and that'll be good. Good morning, Mr. Stewart. I don't put raisins in my. I probably could because I love raisins, but I don't. I haven't tried raisins in my cabbage, but I love cabbage. If I fry fish or something, and like I said, I put it on my hot dogs, but my husband doesn't eat it, so I make a little bit at a time. I eat a small cup of keto-friendly yogurt. Nice smooth texture, not tangy flavor. 2 carbs, 15 grams of protein. That's great, Alicia. That and see, that's the thing. We gotta find what'll work for us. And my thing is, I gotta get out of this. I don't like um ordeal. I got this. I don't like this. So I don't like peppers, onions, and whatever. But I need to find ways to where I can deal with it. So I want to make my own pickles, and I want to make my own bread and butter pickles. So y'all, hey, feel free to share recipes with me. Like I said, I don't mind experimenting and playing. We played with kumquat jam all day until we got it to where my husband liked it, and we were good. Bread and butter pickles are they regular pickles. They just sweet. I get them sliced up. They sliced in little rings, but they are sweet. Cayenne in his coffee. Yeah, we got a lot of cayenne outside. I hear it's good, especially when the weather is getting cool. So, yeah, bread and butter are sweet pickles, and that's what I put in my cabbage. Pickles any way they come. I remember we used to go to the store and get a pickle, and it would be in a paper bag that would get nice and wet and soggy. But my brother used to put um, Jolly Rancher, a Jolly Rancher inside and freeze it, and then he would eat his pickles that way. But I'm not a big pickle fan. I'll eat a little pickle. I eat a few pickles, but not like that big pickle that come in the that you can get the jar from Sam's Club in the big jar. I don't care for that many pickles or that pickles that much. but I like the bread and butter pickle. So I don't know. I guess it's my weird taste buds and just how I grew up. But yeah, yeah, the Jolly Rancher in the center. Mr. Stewart said, "Yep," and freeze it. Ooh, he would eat that sucker. I'm like, nah. So sour pickle with peppermint stick in it. Yeah, I don't know. So what I will do is drop the link if anybody wanted to pop in for a few minutes before I sign off for the day. We have tons of things coming up. We have merchandise coming soon. We have video after video after video coming soon. I'm going to check my girls for mites and make sure they all healthy and ready for the winter. So I'm gonna release that video. We have a holiday treat, hashtag holiday treat um collab going on with Bland's Promised Land. So y'all make sure if you make a holiday treat, you hashtag holiday treats, and Bland's Promised Land will put it in a playlist and get those treats moving around. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Hmm. You don't like, I don't like is my middle name. I know. I'm so good at that. My husband say, "Oh, she like it." No, no. So it's how you eat it, how you try it. And zucchini, I'm gonna try this bread because I don't want to keep saying I don't like zucchini bread. Oh, I don't like zucchini. So Adrian, let me see. YouTube, I could hardly wait to see you do what I do for Thanksgiving dinner. So for Thanksgiving dinner, I'm usually working. Every year I've worked except the last 2 years. So, but we usually go to my mother-in-law house who said she wasn't gonna cook this year. So I think me and my husband I have to cook this year, which is no problem because we love to cook. However, my husband is gonna cook his macaroni and cheese. He gonna rotisserie a turkey. So certain things he gotta do because that's what they do. And then we'll get like his mom to do our dressing and certain things. So we'll make this a teamwork thing. So let's see. We got food by faith. We'll talk. Hey, hey, how you doing? Food by faith.
Hey, Miss Sherrie, how you doing?
Fine. And you look. You said last week. Oh, when I went live and said I was gonna make somebody Adrian a moderator. You said, oh, I gotta get to 50 subscribers so I can go live. I said, what? And I looked and you had 40 something subscribers. I said, oh, she playing with this YouTube thing. So
Yeah, it was moving slow. I don't know what was going on. Of course, I shared my videos and everything, but I don't know what was going on. So I just keep chugging along, and of course, I do my best to be on everybody's live, because I want to support regardless of whether anybody's liking my page. And that was one of the things when I went on the New Orleans Gardener, when I went on her live one Sunday. And she said, no, just like you support them, they should support you as well. She
that's right.
said, don't say that it doesn't bother you if they don't support you. They should support you too.
Well, this I look at it like this: is the gardening community is huge,
It is.
so it's hard to depend on people to support you just because you support them. So, but you want people to support you because you putting
Good
information
content
out
out.
there. Yeah. So you have to we've been here for 2 months, only 2 months. But I get out and I introduce us to people. Like people will never know that we exist if I don't jump around in these chats and like you're doing now. Jump on when somebody drop that link, jump on. Even if it's just to say, I don't know what you're talking about, the topic, but I just want to say hello and introduce myself. And something. So you want to grow naturally and you want to grow with like-minded people, but you can plant the same mango tree that I have in my yard, but it can be different in your yard, and you might know some things that I don't know that may help somebody in your zone. So, don't ever look at a video or look at something and say, oh, well, there's no point in me doing it. No, you post your whatever you got going on, you post it. What you cooking, I don't care if you
Exactly.
cooked it the same way, because somebody might say that woman is country and I don't know what she talking about, versus Faith over here cooked the same macaroni and cheese, but I understood her, or I like her vibe, or something about her I don't know I like. So they'll watch you. So you keep posting, you keep popping on. You can always email me and say, hey, can I jump on your live? We are not doing anything too important to help each other network, and you need to email me so I can give you some people to network. But like blind guy, his wife there, like that, I think that was one of our first channels that we started following, we subscribed to when we became content creators. I
Hmm.
fell in love instantly with them and the whole community. And she talk about some of everything, but it's great over there. But you out here, you see people like Linda and Miss Cheryl, but then you go to like Rambling with the Brums,
Yeah, exactly.
Lavender for Love. They are
Lavender for
all
love.
great.
And I enjoy container crops. I
Yeah.
because I'm working right now from home. I do a lot of vendor events and things like that. I have the time to jump on and watch the lives. And if I miss a live, then I do the replay, but very seldom do I miss a live. And I love to comment because I enjoy the gardening community. I
Mhm.
mean, my husband thinks it's so funny. Like I told you the other day, he's like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you like being outside in that dirt all the time. But
It's fun.
but it's fun. It's,
Yeah, and it's therapeutic.
everybody has a thing that they use or that they do to keep their peace, to keep their solidarity. And that's what gardening and food does for me. I mean, I love food from the garden to the table. It just blows my mind what we can take a little tiny seed and put it in the ground. I was telling my kids just last night at my mom's house, you can take a little tiny seed, put it in the ground, and feed your family.
Yep, yep, and it's amazing. And I tell people, oh, Adrian, I did it so that you could drop. I saw you dropping a link, and I wanted it to turn blue, so because I like to click on the link,
Mhm.
so you can drop that link for us that you dropped a few minutes ago. I can take the moderator off, but I wanted you to be able to your link to be able to stick, because it won't turn blue unless you're a moderator. So I don't ask anybody to come over here to work, but I do want your link to be dropped. The one that you dropped about I think it was about the oregano, because I'm gonna need that link later. But yeah, it's everything isn't for everybody. I
Mhm.
never grew things. I never grew things, and I wasn't into it. My husband, on the other hand, he loved growing. He loved gardening. He loved his roses, his bananas, and I just let him do it. And I stayed out his way, but I would go out there sometime and talk to him. But most of the time, I didn't do anything. But when we lost our friend in January, I started a little bit before, but then it was like, this can be pretty nice. Getting out here with him and learning things and doing, and I fell in love. So now I'm probably sickening with it, because I'm always like this morning, I was telling him, it's a whole bunch of pallets over here by this place. And he said, what we need them for? To build up our compost bin, but then we can build. I said, do we need them to build up like a garden bed so it can be up off the ground? He said, no, I got something. So I'm always pushing for more now,
Mhm.
to where at first it was just him wanting to do. So it made it fun, but everybody got to find their own. And it's not fair to be upset because your partner is not a gardener or he not
Exactly.
into it.
And that's what I tell people. That's just not my husband. My husband is logistics. He did logistics for 26 years in the military. When I was in the military, I was an EMT in one branch, and I was what they call services in another branch. I've always worked with my hands and I always enjoyed that. But my husband can tell you the logistics of why I need to move this from there and there. That's his thing. And whenever, like, I have the hard projects where I may need to build a garden bed or something, he will come out with that. And as much trash as he talks about my garden, he talks about my garden to everyone. So I know that he's proud of it. So I don't get upset with him. I don't get upset with him for not coming out there and getting his hands in the dirt, because that's just not how he grew up anyway. He'll eat everything that I bring from out of there. My sister talks trash just like you were saying, and one of the other subscribers was saying that I don't like is their middle name. My sister, we sat in the house the other day and she was saying, "Oh, I don't like jerk seasoning. I think jerk seasoning is terrible." And I just bust out laughing. And she was like, "What you laughing at?" I said, "You ate it the other day." She was like, "No, I didn't. I would never eat that." I said, "That was on that grilled chicken that I made for you the other day." And, and that's the thing. She had never tasted it in a way that it tasted good.
Yeah.
And so
and
that's
that's a
why
turn
she didn't
off.
like it. My friend Letitia is the same way. She has a YouTube channel, Tisha's Tips. That girl can talk to you front and back about money. She's young, still in her 30s, paid off a house and everything. Shaka, don't tell me what's in that you cooked. Don't tell me. And I'm like, "But you eat everything that I cook." And she just don't tell me what's in it. Because of course I put yogurt in things. I put sweet potatoes in things. I put bananas in things. I put bananas in things and you can't taste them, Sherrie. I use them for the moisture, not for the flavor. And I
And
understand what you're saying about those different flavors. I'm not eating peach flavored nothing. I'm not I don't, because I don't understand. I don't know if it's an artificial flavor or what it is, but it's nasty. Banana flavored candy is disgusting.
yes, like those sodas. I'm like, I don't, it's not for me. So I say I get it for my husband. Whatever. And like you say, your husband doesn't do things in the garden, but he'll build you a greenhouse, or he'll construct something. So that's helping you, because you have some people that'll say, my husband will not go out there and touch anything. And if you want a garden bed or something, you have to either pay somebody to come and do it or figure it out yourself. So your husband is helping you,
Yes,
in the garden, but hey, it's not for him to garden, and that's fine.
exactly. It's not for him to garden.
Yeah,
And
but just like the peach flavored thing is not for us. But give me a peach, I'll eat it.
I will eat a peach, but I do not eat peach cobbler, but I love cooked apples and pears. I mean, everything about them, I love it. Oh, and FYI, everybody, my name is Faith. My name is Shaka Faith. And so that's where the Food by Faith came from. But one of the other things that I mentioned earlier when we were talking about all the different root vegetables is a vegetable called yacon. I learned about that from a guy. It's a nursery near me in Jackson, South Carolina. I'm in Georgia, but he's in Jackson, South Carolina, called Trusty Farms. And I like to go to him because he'll talk to you about different vegetables, different trees, all the different things. And I know that a lot of us get discounts at big box stores, but being able to go to the nursery and have them explain something to you, because before he explained to me what yacon was, I was like, "What the heck? Why would I grow that?" And he was like, "Do you like apples?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "It's a root apple." He said it grows just like a potato. And once it grows, you peel it. He said, "I'm telling you, it tastes like an apple." And I grew it my first year. I thought I destroyed it. So when I went to snatch up the plant, there it was. The yacon was there under the ground. So I washed it up and I peeled it, and he was correct. It looks like a potato, but it tastes like an apple.
What? I'm gonna have to try that. And see, this is what I love about this community. You learn so much from everybody. They say you got 62 family members now.
Thank you, guys.
But hey, Look at the knowledge. Look at the things. I have never heard of that. I was calling it yucca because I was thinking about the yucca root.
Well, there is a yucca, and then there's something called a yacon. So yacon is YACON, and they have regular and they have purple.
Oh, okay. So which you
Mhm.
have the regular.
I have regular, and I bought this year. I bought purple since I tasted the regular. I wanted to see what the purple tasted like, because you know they always say the deep purple colored
Mhm.
vegetables and fruits have more antioxidants. So I wanted to try that this year.
Okay, so how do you cook it or do you eat it raw?
So I tasted it raw just to see what it tasted like. And then, like I do my other root vegetables, I love how they taste roasted. So I roasted it and it tasted just as good.
Wow, I'm gonna have to try that.
And it had a
I love
natural, it
apples.
had like carrots. You know, we eat like you like raw carrots, and raw carrots have a natural sweetness. And that's how that yacon is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. That's interesting. So we are gonna work on growing because you should grow. You have information that the world needs to hear, and like I said, it may be in your mind. Let me tell you how me and my husband feel. Everything is dry and boring to us. It's like we so boring. I told him the other day, I said, you gotta work on your energy level, babe, because like we can drown ourselves out in an 8-minute video, and it's who want to see that? But then you put the video out and everybody like, oh, that's interesting. Oh,
Hmm.
so the more the merrier, I say.
Because of
So,
you guys, I got 3 banana pups in my backyard, right?
and let me tell you, if you feed those things and water them like crazy, you will have monsters like we have 20 foot banana trees in our yard that my husband cut down every year, especially if they have a banana, if they put out bananas, he'll cut that down every year and it'll grow back twice as big next year.
Mm.
So those bananas are amazing, but everybody don't put out the same information. And like I said, it's all, and sometimes you can look at somebody and you can say, nope, I can't listen to them. You go somewhere else and hear the exact same information and you say, oh, you know what, she interesting. Oh, I like her vibe
Mhm.
or something. So, you are here to grow. You want people, you putting this information out here, you want people to see it and you want people to respond. So,
Yeah,
and
because
you
I
deserve
mean,
that.
I absolutely enjoy this community. And when you go to the different pages, like you said, you see so many different things. I went to Growing with Hudson, and she was talking about Boots and Bounty. So I went over to Boots and Bounty,
Yeah.
and that's where I got the apple cider vinegar recipe from. And my brother-in-law, he cannot wait. I got 2 jars brewing right now, one for them and one for me. And
Yep.
my sisters, they just think that we are so funny. But I tell them, I said, being a part of this gardening community, and the moment I mentioned, like I had some guys doing concrete in my backyard, and then I have to jump off. But I had some guys doing concrete in my backyard, making a patio for me.
Mhm.
And I mentioned to them that I was in the house making jams and jellies. Oh, they got so excited. And he told me that he would trade me some firewood for jet. I gave him 3 jars of jelly. Take that, please bring me that firewood.
Exactly.
But
Bartering.
bartering, and I enjoy that. The fact that someone enjoys what you produce and they're willing to barter with you for that.
That's right. That we were just talking about that yesterday with our new friends that we met. That they don't live far from us, but they were talking about the same thing. And hey, if you want a rabbit to bring me some wood or timber, whatever, it's great. I'm doing you a favor and you doing me
You
a
do.
favor.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking out for each other. So what other way can you think to bless somebody and be blessed all at the same time? So you put your love, you grew this plant to bring it in the house and work wonders with it. And somebody else can enjoy it too. It's great.
Exactly.
It's great.
Exactly. My sister, she was just telling me last night. She's like, "Oh, I just have such an abundance of muscadines." And I was like, "Well, why didn't you say anything?" And she was like, "Well, the kids don't want them." I said, "Well, if you bring them over, I'll make the jelly, and then you just take the jelly back home." And she was just like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Yeah. What do you think I make these jellies out of?" I said, "Fruit."
Yeah. You can make wine and everything. I mean,
Exactly. I was like, yeah, I said I don't use the juice. I actually use my apple jelly. I start from apples. My grape jelly, I start from grapes. I said, so if you have those, drop them off by the house and I make you some jelly.
yeah, that's what we did with the kumquat. We didn't know this was our first time making jelly. And I told my husband, I said, I saw a lady, she boiled the peel and everything, because that's where you get your sweetness from the peel. I said,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't separate the peel. At the end, she put the jelly on the bread with the peel and everything and ate it. I said, to me, that was weird. But, she said it was good, so he didn't want the peel. But, it's a citrus and it's different. Does that mean he don't like it or he'll never like it? I'm sure he got to grow them because he used to the berries,
Mm-hmm.
the strawberry and blueberry or whatever. So it was fun. It was an experience to make that with him. We tried our own way in trying to can because I'm terrified of pressure canning, but
So
I
I
will
don't pressure can. I water bath can.
water.
So
Yes.
I have a ball canning book, and I'll water bath can as much as that book will allow me. But I'm not. I mean, I'm not even a fan of pressure cooking until I ended up getting and I always show it a lot of my cooking videos. I have a Pampered Chef quick cooker.
Mm-hmm.
And with that quick cooker, it has so many safety features because all I could think about is, Lord, I'm gonna blow up myself in this house. And so I was like, I can't. I just all the adjusting of the altitude and the temperature
Yes.
changes and the nah.
It's scary. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because my husband always say, "Why are you afraid of pressure canning?" I ain't got time to be testing the limits with that thing. So I said I did see how to water bath. I can do that because all I'm
Yes.
doing is dropping this thing down in some water, letting it sit for a little while, take it out. He said, "Well, I saw somebody flip the jar over upside down after they fill it up. Don't screw it tight, turn it over, and it'll seal itself." I tried it, it worked. I'm like, perfect. It's safe. I'm not intimidated by that. I'm very intimidated
Exactly.
by even pressure. My dad used to pressure cook, and you would hear him release that steam. It was
Mm-hmm.
so scary. So, but my mom, she has a pressure cooker now, but it's like a crock pot.
Yeah.
Once you set the timer, it do everything for you, so you don't have to touch it. But I don't fool with pressure.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'm too afraid. So, but yeah, you'll get noticed. Just it's a lot of great. And another thing, never be afraid to contact big or jump in chats with big content creators. I know sometimes you'll see that 200,000 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, why would I go here with 1,000 people in the chat? They'll never see me. They always see us. So and not even that the creator might see you, but somebody in the chat, they see you. The moderators. So somebody will say, "All right, Scott, thank you for helping us." Um, Somebody will say, "Oh, hey, Food by Faith, how are you?" And they like to learn who you are, or they'll just click on you just to see, or they'll Google. I mean, they'll YouTube your name to see who is Food by Faith and what is she about. So that'll help you grow too. But you have things like your oh yeah, that's okay, Melissa. Happy anniversary. 27 years. My
Oh
goodness.
wow.
my brother
Congratulations.
my brother today is his 27th year anniversary. But like we want to know, what is it called? You can? What is this?
Yacon. It's
Yukon.
Yacon. See you later, Melissa. See you later, Rambling with the Brums.
So a lot of people want to grow that.
Yeah,
I definitely want to grow that.
it's amazing. You can find the starts and seeds. I've never done seeds, but I do the starts.
Mhm.
Trusty Farms, he has a site online, as well as Etsy.
Okay.
And
So
actually,
I
Trusty Farms is on Facebook as well. He has his page, Trusty Farms, and his name is Ryan Trusty. And if you message him, he'll answer any questions for you. He presses sugar cane. So if anybody's looking for sugar cane juice, different things like that, that we may not have at our house because, oh, we're just growing a pot of sugar cane. I'm not buying a press and I have a pot of sugar cane. I'm
yeah.
just going to go outside and chew it up.
That's what my husband do right now. I'm like, we can find a way to press this cane, but our friends, they said, oh, we make syrup and all. And I was like, what in the world? So everything. I'm like, I want
Yes.
to milk a cow because I want to make my own butter. I got so many things I want to do. And I'm just like, man, calm down. It's okay. These are my bucket list items. Like all farming, homesteading. Like I'm just
Exactly.
learning how to live. So how can you go wrong with that versus my bucket list will be to go to some exotic country or something. I mean, that's nice too. I can do that. But my bucket list is to learn how to become more self-sufficient. So if I need to milk a cow, let me do that. And I'll mark that off my bucket list. So I love
Exactly.
learning.
We all have those different things that we love and we learn. Like most people, they think that I am absolutely crazy for, oh, you stopped working at the VA hospital to grow food in your backyard. Well, yeah, I did. I did. Yes, I had a nice job, but we have been blessed. God has afforded us in a way that I don't have to work outside of my home right now. Yes, every time there's a vendor event in my local area, I'm there with cobblers and jams and jellies and baskets, to sell. But the majority of my time, if I'm not over at one of the schools learning something new, I'm in my backyard. And
That's
that's my boardroom. My kitchen is my boardroom. My backyard is my boardroom. That's where I learn. And I enjoy it. I have time that I carve out every day, and I may extend that time,
yeah,
by doing that, and then coming on different lives, watching lives and learning in the chats all these different things.
yeah,
I mean, like talking with Thor, and now I want to grow kohlrabi. I mean, I've never thought about growing kohlrabi, but just him giving us a recipe to put it in, now you're like, okay, I can try
yeah.
that. Maybe I can put it in my chow chow, things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's so much to learn. Like, when do you know it all? Never.
Yeah.
So why not just keep learning? And I love learning. Like Adrienne, every time I see her, now I told my husband, I said, every time I see Adrienne Nash, first thing I say, what's cooking, soil sister? She is always cooking something. So why not learn? She doesn't have a channel, but she talk in the chat, and I learned bone broth. I mean, it's amazing. Just like she told us today about oregano, that
Mm-hmm.
was amazing. So you don't learn these things. You don't just sit around and say, "Oh, I know this," or "I don't know that." You
Exactly.
get on these, and you find out. So look at she's saying muscadine grapes. Those things so expensive. Not when you grow your own.
Not when you grow your own. And that's one of the things that I am looking at next season. I had a tree removed out of my backyard. And in that area, I think that's where I'm going to put some muscadines. And again, guys, I'm in the suburbs. I mean, in a neighborhood, I don't have a HOA, which is purposeful. But we purchased this house because we had 3 teens at the time. My son has gone off to the military, but they didn't want to be out in the country like I did. And
Yeah.
so I bought this house, but in 2 years, we're looking to move to a different property. But until then, my mom has a lot of land in South Carolina, and she won't let me have any chickens on her land, y'all. But
Oh,
she said that I can put at least 10 trees. So I have 6 in my backyard right now, and I'm going to put 10 on her land.
that's
So
let me
that's
tell
what,
you, we are not on a farm. You can sometime when we filming, you can see our neighbor house is so close to. I mean, it's not real close, but it's here.
mhm.
We live in a neighborhood in the suburbs, but we have 1 acre. We can feed a whole lot of houses on this 1 acre. We have over
Exactly.
100 fruit plants. and not to now we are planning for to expand our garden for more vegetables and herbs, but we have 17 chickens, 3 rabbits, and you don't even know it. You don't smell them and you don't hear them.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my neighbor the other day, I said, do you hear the girls when they laying eggs? She said, no, I never hear them.
And that's
So,
what I was trying to explain to my husband when he was like, "Girl, I ain't buying no chickens." I said, "It's the rooster that makes the noise,
yeah,
not the hen."
yeah, you don't need we don't have not one
I
rooster
don't
because
want
I
a
don't want
rooster.
any.
I just want the eggs.
That's all we wanted, the eggs. But, now they know me. We've had them since April. I think we got them in April. But they know me. So when I go out there, they happy to see me. I told my husband, I said, we're going to try this checking them for mites thing. And I said, it'll make a cute video, but they don't mind me touching them. I don't have to chase them. And they quiet. They take care of themselves. You do
Mm-hmm.
not smell them and you do not hear them. I don't even have to go make them go in the house, go open the door for them. They go in and out. They are very easy. And even the rabbits they seem pretty cool. So, I mean, it's great. But if we can help other people and learn to become more self-sufficient, why not? Why not do it? And like you said, it saved money.
It
I was
does.
I was offered a position the other day, and it's not worth it because of all of the, what do you call this? All the skills that I'm getting now just from being
Exactly.
a housewife. I am on YouTube now, and I tell people I still schedule out my days of what I'm doing, what
Mm-hmm.
time I'm gonna do, and whatever. I get up like this morning. I got up at 6 o'clock and started cleaning up because I knew I had a live to do, and I never know how long it might run, but I know I have home to take care of first. So I went out, I checked on the rabbits because they are new here. I made sure my chickens were good. My dogs ate. I cleaned my entire house. Started washing rugs. And now I can sit down and do my live. When I'm finished, I can run to the post office. I can do things and I can still answer when people comment. I can jump on
Exactly.
somebody's live. So, you know, it's great. It's great. But I cannot learn these skills that I'm learning now if I'm clocked in somewhere. And plus, we save money this way because
Yeah.
I'm not ripping and running back and forth anyway. I'm just here taking
It
care of
was it
home.
was really hard, and I know that my husband started to notice it. I was getting off from work. We had one daughter that was running track, one daughter that was a cheerleader. I was staying up to all times of the night, making jams and jellies. Getting up, checking on the food that I had planted in the backyard, and of course, my husband, he was the runner, so he would take the kids where they needed to go, and I was exhausted. And then one day I'd gotten this large order for peanut brittle, so I'd gotten off from work, came home, cooked dinner for the family. I was making all this peanut brittle, and he just looked at me. He was like, are you gonna take a break? I said, well, I can't take a break until I'm finished with this. And so when
Yeah,
he said to me, he said, well, how about you just stop working for a little while? And I was like,
yeah,
are you sure? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. And I knew that we could afford it, but sometimes we get into that feeling of this is what people expect of us. And
yeah.
we're not successful if we don't do this, or this is what success looks like. But when I go out in my backyard, that's what success looks like for me.
Yep, yep. So that's my thing. That's what I say, and I'm not stressed out at
Exactly.
all. I mean, to live a stress-free life, I can go out and buy anything I want. You know, my husband worked, and I don't live beyond our means.
Mm-hmm.
What means like Black Friday? I'm gonna start searching to see what Black Friday gonna have, but it's gonna be something for the house. I want a new butcher block for a knife set. I am sure we need a lot of tools for the garden and stuff outside, but to be Black Friday for shoes or
And clothes.
pocketbook,
I got enough shoes and clothes.
let me tell you, I got closets, 2 of them, full of clothes and shoes. I don't need no more. I need something that I can live off if something go down, or something that's gonna help us health wise. So
Mm-hmm.
No, it's smart. That is one of the smartest things you have done. Look, they still
But
talking about food. Pecans, Lauren, they gonna raid Laura with those walnuts. I think she got walnuts, but
and I
you
like
know,
what YouTube Street said, at Black Tropical Homestead, at the end of the day, life is about being happy and satisfied. As
yeah,
long as you are happy doing what you do, that is what it's all about.
yeah.
Exactly. I
And
had
it's
an elder at my church. She told me one day, she was like, "Who are you comparing yourself to?
me.
Who are you?" And that was my problem. I was just like, well, if I stop working, then, I may not look like, what everybody else thinks I should look like. I may, this and that. And she was just like, Shaka, no. You don't
Yeah,
have to live up to anybody else's standards, but your own. Do
nobody.
what
Good
makes
morning,
you
Melissa Barron.
happy.
Yeah, good morning, Melissa Barron. I don't. That's a way of the world worrying about what somebody say or how somebody feel. So, here we don't worry about that because somebody's feelings or sayings don't pay our bills.
No.
It's not gonna feed us and it's not gonna make us happy. And 9 times out of 10, people will say how they feel about what you got going on because they may be jealous. Or
Mm-hmm.
not you know, just because they don't agree with it. It may be I'm in my feelings because I can't do what you doing.
What you doing?
So yeah, so you can't look for nobody, not even your husband, for your
Mm-mm.
happiness. Like I'm responsible
For my
for
own
my
happiness.
own happiness. My husband add to my happiness, but I can't make him happy if I'm not happy because if I'm miserable and stressed out and freaked out, who am I gonna bring down with me? My husband? The dogs will be in here catching it.
Yep.
The rabbits will catch it because I'm unhappy. So I'm gonna piss everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do what make you happy in your own life. So your home, that's your home. If you and your husband are happy with you being a happy housewife and making sure home is taken care of and doing other things you love, like making jams and baking goods and selling them out here, you do that because that's what make y'all happy. Now somebody else might
Exactly.
say, I want to do that because she is just at home. She can get up when she wants. She can do this. It's still work at home.
It's work. I get up early.
It
Like right
is
now, I'm about to
work.
pop off because this dog is standing at this door. Like, if this woman don't take me for a walk around this block,
I'm
I'm gonna
telling
go
you,
all over the place.
you can hear Miles in there whining, and he only whining because he want attention. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
that's home. Like I
But
tell people, our own wife is
thank,
work, but
thank you so much, Miss Sherrie. Thank you for having me on,
you're
letting me be
welcome.
a part of this amazing live. I love your Monday morning lives. I appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that has newly subscribed, guys. I have a lot of content out there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But
Oh
thank
yeah.
you.
You need to go live. We want to see your live. So you can go live from YouTube now, but StreamYard is extremely easy. Melissa Berrien, Real Talk with Melissa Berrien, she is the StreamYard queen, but it's so easy. We want to see you live. They were saying earlier, you need to go live. We definitely want to see
I'm
that.
gonna have
So,
to check it out. But thank y'all, and I will see y'all later.
all right. Have a good day. All right, y'all. I need to get to the post office. I got a, what do you call it? Sweet pomegranate tree waiting on me, sent by, I'm not going to say until I do my mail call. So that's right. Nobody is responsible for our happiness but us. That is true. That is me. That's what I always say. So long as you happy, you got to make yourself happy. You can add anything you want into that pot, but you have to look out for your own happiness and make sure it's on point. So got to come from within. Listen to me. What you talk about, Melissa? Listen to you sometimes, huh? I listen to you all the time. We talk all the time, so yeah, I got a few unboxings to do. So I'm gonna let y'all go. We've been on here yapping for 2 hours. Sweet, sweet pomegranate tree. I am looking forward to that thing. Like earlier, I was googling at 7 o'clock this morning, 6 something this morning. I was like, "What time that post office open?" Because I need my tree. So I will do an unboxing one day this week. So I appreciate y'all. You know, I love y'all for showing us so much love and support, being here, listening, chatting. Even if you just listening, if you catch the replay, we appreciate it all. You know, we are here for y'all. If you need us, you can hit us up in the email. I'm glad you popped on, Melissa Berrien. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope y'all have a awesome week. I can't wait to drop that merchandise on y'all. I think it is wonderful. It is so cute. So some of it is so funny, but I will have an unboxing from y'all. Y'all, all our unboxings will be from y'all. And look, I'm sticker crazy around here, so I'm sending out stickers. I'm getting stickers. I love it. I love it. Y'all keep networking, support each other, love each other, be safe, be smart, be you. So thank y'all for joining me. We will catch y'all. I think Friday we have Armsby Farm. Casey from Armsby Farm. That's gonna be a treat. So if y'all don't know Armsby Farm, y'all get over there to Armsby Farm and check out Casey with his YouTube shout outs. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day.